Much of what we struggle with doesn't begin with us. Patterns of fear, scarcity, shame, or over-responsibility often have deep roots, passed silently through generations. This is ancestral trauma, unprocessed emotional pain, survival responses, and limiting beliefs inherited from those who lived before us. You may find yourself carrying anxiety that has no clear source, attracting the same kind of relationships or hardships, feeling guilt for wanting more, success, or peace, playing a role, the caretaker, the overachiever, the invisible one, without knowing why. These aren't random. They are the echoes of unfinished stories, entangled threads of survival woven into your nervous system, identity, and choices. It can be compared with programming a computer or smartphone. When a device is brand new, it starts as a blank slate. The user chooses what to install: the software, the apps, the language, the music. Over time, as the device learns the user's preferences, it will suggest content, data, and experiences that align with those choices. If the device has previously been used and hasn't been fully reset, the old programs and data will still be there, layering on top of anything new that's added. This can be compared to how humans are programmed from the moment they're born. Like a new device, we begin as open, receptive beings. But soon we're shaped by the beliefs, fears, and behaviors of our family, culture, and environment. If no one clears or questions these early imprints, we carry them, just like outdated software, often without realizing it. Healing begins when we become aware of these unconscious programs and choose to write new ones. Ending the loop of ancestral trauma is not about blame. It's about recognition and reclamation. You are the turning point, not because you are broken, but because you are aware. Here's where the work begins. First, witness the pattern without judgment. Notice what repeats in your life and family line. Abandonment, addiction, silence, control, loss, sacrifice. See it clearly, but gently. Awareness is the first cut in the cord. For example, if you feel energetically imprisoned, unable to leave a job, relationship, or state of mind despite every effort, it might not be just you. One of your ancestors may have been literally imprisoned, enslaved, or trapped in circumstances beyond their control. That trauma imprints itself into the family field, and without awareness, it can live on through you. This feeling of imprisonment often lives in the subconscious. During a plant medicine journey, it might take symbolic form, such as finding yourself stuck in a deep, dark well with no visible way out. The medicine doesn't offer an escape. It invites you into the feeling itself, so you can live through it, explore it, and begin to creatively engage with the experience. You may try to climb, call for help, dig sideways, breathe into stillness, and eventually discover your own way out. Reconnect with the body. Ancestral trauma lives not in logic but in the body. Breathwork, somatic therapy, and sacred plant work like ayahuasca help release what words cannot reach. The body remembers everything. Your body is not just a vehicle, it's a living archive. Every emotion, every unresolved conflict, every inherited trauma is stored not just in the mind, but in the cells, tissues, and nervous system. This makes the body a profound source of information and a powerful tool for healing. But there's another side to that story. When trauma, especially ancestral, remains unfelt and unprocessed, the body may begin to express what the mind has learned to suppress. Chronic tension, unexplained illness, autoimmune conditions, fatigue, digestive issues, even persistent pain. These can all be the body's way of asking for resolution. This doesn't mean we are to blame for illness. It means the body is trying to help us remember, release, and realign. Ritual and ceremony, creating intentional space to honor your lineage, not to carry their pain but to lovingly return it, allows you to stand in your own timeline. You shift from inheritance to sovereignty. Recognizing ancestral trauma is the first step. Working through it is the path. Creating new stories is the liberation. There are many ways to do this deep work. from somatic therapy and breathwork to meditation, ritual, and systemic constellations. Among them, plant medicine stands out as a deeply effective and loving modality, offering access to subconscious layers where these inherited patterns live. Choose a new story. We live our lives based on stories. Some are inherited, others are silently absorbed. Many are chosen unconsciously. Stories of guilt, shame, jealousy, competition, scarcity. These are the core programs of separation that dominate our world. But once you've recognized these inherited narratives, lived through them, and found creative ways to respond differently, you become free to choose again. You may rewrite the story of success, from competition to collaboration. You may shift your story of love, from needing to earn it to knowing you already are it. You may redefine your purpose, not as survival, but as contribution. You begin to live from new inner code: unconditional love, mutual support, presence, truth, and togetherness. This is not a fantasy. It is a new ancestral imprint, one you get to leave behind. Once seen and released, you are free to choose how you relate, love, parent, lead, and create. The wound becomes a well of wisdom. You don't heal alone, you heal backward and forward. When you end the loop, you not only liberate yourself, but also those who came before you, and those who come after. Therefore, the trauma ends with you and will not be passed on to future generations.